10. Straight ahead.
I'll have that story.
Plus, critical mass, critical video, and alleged NYPD assault caught on tape. Tonight, the repercussions for shoving a critical mass biker.
And health scare
you love to do is a dangerous addiction.
A New York City police officer has been stripped of his badge and gun for allegedly assaulting a bike rider during a demonstration.
And it was all caught on camera. Andrea Day joins us live from Times Square with more. Andrea.
Yeah, Mike and Brenda, that officer you're talking about is now working behind a desk while the NYPD investigates. But I just spoke with some of his friends. They say he's a great guy. He was a football star in college, and something happened to make him do it. It's the stunning video that says it all.
Somebody riding a bicycle ringing a bell, and you're going to hurt him and arrest him? Something's wrong. Something's really wrong.
And the big question, of course, tonight is, did something happen on the streets before the camera started rolling to spark this thing? I just spoke to Craig. He says absolutely not. Brenda, I'll send it right back to you.
Thanks, Andrea. More tears.
The tape shows it was the officer who was out of line.
I was just horrified. You see the police officer knocking the cyclist off his bicycle.
The officer is now on modified duty, perhaps because of what he put in the criminal complaint. The officer states biker Christopher Long was acting recklessly and blocking traffic. That as Long traveled down 7th Avenue at 46th Street, he, quote, drove the bicycle directly into the officer's body, causing the officer to fall to the ground and causing the officer to suffer lacerations on the forearms. But this portion of the tape does not seem to show the officer falling. The Manhattan DA now says, given the circumstances brought to our attention, we are investigating. The group Critical Mass holds its monthly rides across the city, at times blocking traffic to bring attention to environmental issues. The rides have resulted in past confrontations between bikers and police. In this case, questions for the officer, but this former NYPD official says there are still questions for the biker, too.
You can't see what the bicyclist is doing as he's approaching the officer, other than he's coming very close to the officer.
Now investigators are cycling through this tape to figure out who really is to blame. The defense attorney for the cyclist says his client is not talking since he is facing criminal charges. The PBA also declined comment about the officer's actions. An officer the police department has now placed on modified duty. Chuck?
All right, Jonathan, thank you. A man with a long police record.
Tonight, a New York police officer claims he was assaulted by a protester on a bike, but video posted on YouTube is raising some doubts. Christopher Long was part of a bicycle demonstration organized by Critical Mass, a group that promotes environmentally friendly transportation. Take a look at this video shot Friday. It apparently shows Long being pushed to the ground by Officer Patrick Pagan. Long was arrested for attempted assault and resisting arrest. Pagan filed a criminal complaint saying that Long drove his bicycle directly into him. That account was thrown into question when the videos hit the web today.
I was just horrified. You see the police officer knocking the cyclist off his bicycle.
Manhattan DA Robert Morgenthau is now investigating the incident. Pagan has been placed on modified duty.
The Seas have given up 2 more victims tonight in Long Branch, New Jersey, and at Jacob Riis Beach in Queens. 2 more bodies have washed ashore, and that brings the total of...
Stop it from happening again.
And you'd better get ready for some hotter temperatures. I'll have the steamy forecast.
But first, our top story tonight, a critical mass crash. A police officer caught on camera slamming a bicyclist to the ground. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Reagan.
I'm Dana Tyler. Christine Johnson is off tonight. Depending on whom you talk to, the video shows 2 different things.
A city police officer seen slamming a bicyclist to the ground during a recent critical mass display. The officer says it was self-defense, but he's recently been stripped of his badge and his gun.
CBS 2's Lou Young live in Times Square with more. Lou.
It's never been easy driving a car in Manhattan, and cyclists complain that police treat them poorly. Now there's apparent proof. It happened here late Friday night.
Glad that someone's finally paying attention to it.
There's a sense of vindication among the activist bicyclists of the East Village tonight following the widespread circulation of a video taken late Friday in Times Square during Manhattan's monthly bike rally. Watch the police officer single out a passing rider and take him down. Now, watch it again in slow motion. Another biker who saw it happen says the incident was unprovoked.
And the one spun around, saw a bicyclist, and grabbed him off his bicycle. and then the other policeman jumped on top of him, and the two were wrestling this guy down, trying to arrest him.
Cyclist Chris Long was arrested for allegedly assaulting the officer, but after seeing the video, police brass placed the cop, Officer Patrick Pogan, on modified duty. For the people who take part in the monthly bike rally called Critical Mass, the department's quick action is gratifying, if not overdue. But are they surprised it happened?
I've seen it before. It surprises me that so many people are now interested in it.
It's a far cry from 2 years back when we showed you video of NYPD Chief Bruce Smolka forcibly taking a young woman off her bike in Times Square during one of the rallies. She recently collected $37,000 because of what happened, and the chief has retired. Tonight, this cyclist tells us he isn't commenting on the advice of his lawyer. The officer in question has reportedly been on the job all of 3 weeks, which is a pretty poor start for a rookie cop. Cyclist Christopher Long has a court date in Manhattan next month to deal with the criminal charges, which include assault, 3rd degree. Those charges could be modified or dropped entirely at that time. We're live in Times Square. Lou Young, CBS 2 News.
All right, Lou, thank you.